Welcome back to Adri's Farmhouse Kitchen. Today it's a big cooking day. We are going to make 5 meals. We're gonna make starter as bean soup, starter, chocolate chip cookie dessert, and we're gonna make 3 main courses. One is gonna be sausage and mash, sausage and sauerkraut bed, and marinated goat chops with chips. So if you're interested, you are welcome. We are in the kitchen today. Let's go watch the vlog. Right, I just took out the chicken schnitzel from the commercial freezer, and what I'm doing now, I am just putting them back to the freezer, but this time in a plastic bag. So I just put some parchment paper in between, so just easier to, just to separate. And I've already labeled with date the zippy bag, and that goes back in there, and this will go to our after the holiday box. Perfect, this is, friends. Here you go. So we can put this straight back to the freezer. We don't want this to start defrosting. I've also took out some goat chops from the freezer, so we're gonna make probably goat chops with chips for dinner. I'm also pressure cooking butter beans and runner beans, so quite a large beans what we dried a couple of years ago. That needs using up now, so that's in an instant pot. That will be ready soon. And with that I'm going to make soup. I've got some thyme needs using up, and I've got some sausages in here what needs using up. I've got that from my cousin, and they were here over Christmas. So I'm gonna put this to the soup, and some of them probably I need to freeze some, and some maybe we can just like roast. Oh, she wrapped it well. She wrapped it well indeed. But these are homemade sausages and really needs using up. I don't use these foils anymore, but now I'm going to reuse them while I have them. I'm not going to chuck that. There you go. Although it smells a bit sausagey, but never mind. And some of them I'm probably going to use up. I'm just making this recipe up now, so I don't actually know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to use up this sauerkraut with this red cabbage sauerkraut as well. I know this goes really well with these smoked sausages, so I think it's gonna be kind of like a freezer meal. We're gonna do a lot today. If I've got time, I really would like to make chocolate chip cookies as well. So if you're interested, you are welcome, friends. Okay, let's get into today's cooking project. First thing first, I've got my list in here what we're gonna make. I've got 5 things on my list. If you're not gonna do all today, we do it tomorrow. First thing, I'm gonna do the sausage on sauerkraut bed. What that means, super easy. First thing, I'm just going to use some lard. I'm going to make this dish in my tagine. So I'm just gonna nicely contribute a lard in my tagine, just nicely all over. And to this I'm going to add 1 large onion. Gonna slice it, peel it, slice it, put it on the bottom of the dish, and on the top of that I'm going to put the sauerkraut. I'm not going to season it just yet, just as it is. Can go in with the lid on in the oven. And the next thing, after about 30-40 minutes, we're going to add the sausages. So this meal, it's super easy. I've just took out from the Instant Pot the beans. I just want to check if they cooked. So I'm gonna take one butter bean out, these are massive, and one runner beans. And when the bean cooks, it swells up as well. So let's cut it in half each, because these are old beans now. It's still not fully cooked. The runner beans is not. Butter beans are. But that's gonna be a soup. Okay, so that's the plan, friends. So first thing first, I'm going to deal with the onion. These are homegrown onions from last year, from the storage, and they're still looking fantastic. I think I need to sharpen my knife. But these sausages are precious because they are from home, from my family. They are homemade sausages. So that's how easy it is. Another dish we're going to do today is sausage and mash. So that's gonna be easy. Some of these homegrown potatoes we'll use up in the soup. Some of them it's gonna be mashed potatoes. And next, we're gonna do the goat meat. I took out some of my garlic. This is elephant garlic from 2 years ago from the freezer, and my homemade curry paste. So I'm gonna marinate that goat chops in that curry paste, and we're just going to put it in a fridge. Perhaps we can do that as a dinner tomorrow. And the last thing but not least, after the bean soup, it's the chocolate chip cookies. Okay, I've just opened this sausage. Wow, smells divine. Thanks, Kinga, this is an amazing present. Wow, so we've got the fat in the tagine, bottom of the tagine. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm just going to lay nicely the sliced onions on the bottom of this dish. I think half of the onion is enough to this recipe. Other half we can use up to make the soup. Okay, so now this is done. To this we are adding the sauerkraut. I'm using a red sauerkraut today, and just basically just cover the onion. Simple as. I'm gonna keep the sauerkraut juice because we can use that up to ferment our homemade mayonnaise, so it will last longer for us. There you go. That was just plenty enough to make this recipe. Just nicely covered all the onion. Perfect, friends. And that's it. I'm just gonna put the lid on for my tagine pot, and that can now go to the oven. Slide that in. And put the alarm on for 40 minutes. So I've been doing a few more steps now in my cooking project. So I've peeled and washed the potatoes and I've separated them. So this one will be mashed potato. This one will go to the soup with some garlic, freeze-dried dill, and some salt and pepper. I've now put the beans to this other pot, and I left the water, what was in an instant pot. It's brown because of the runner beans, but it's full of flavor, so I'm gonna leave it. It's not gonna be a creamy soup today, so that's gonna be absolutely fine. At the moment I am making bread, and I'm using some white flour, bread flour, some wholemeal flour, water and some whey to rehydrate this flour and make a dough. And I'm gonna rest this for an hour before we're going to add the salt and the sourdough starter. We're gonna check on a tagine and the sauerkraut and the onion in a minute in the oven, and we're going to add the sausage. And we're also going to add sausage to the soup. Okay, put this aside. Okay, now we can marinate the goat chops. To this I'm going to add this curry paste and just going to rub it into that meat really well. Cover it with shower cap, and this can go to the fridge overnight. So that was nice and easy. After this we're going to focus on the soup. So this one is perfect, friends. Okay, the next step, put the soup on stove, add the potatoes, freeze-dried dill and elephant garlic to the soup. Season it with salt and pepper. There is few freeze-dried Victoria plum I'm just gonna add to it because it needs using up. And also I've got some thyme in there, so I'm gonna add a little bunch to it. And some bay leaves. Give it a nice stir, put the lid on and leave it to it, friends. This is our sourdough starter. It smells divine. Goat meat can go to the fridge now. I've just found one carrot in a fridge, so we can put that in a soup with some of the sausages. Okay, next I'm going to chop up the potatoes to make mashed potato. I'm just going to put it in a different pot on a boiling plate on my aga with a pinch of salt, cover it with water, what just covers it, and bring it up to a boil for about 15-20 minutes. Check on it. When the knife goes through it easy, then we just drain it and make the mashed potato. Okay, let's put the potatoes up with the lid on. And at this stage I'm going to add all these lovely sausages to the soup along with that carrot, what we just chopped up, friends. This smells divine in here. Wow. Oh, smells amazing. Okay, we are ready to add the sausages to this. I'm gonna add a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Not much, just about a tablespoon maybe. This smells so good. Right, that can go back another 40 minutes. Potato is now boiling. I think I'm going to leave the cover off. Let's check the soup. Soup is simmering away. That's good. I think we're ready to add the sourdough starter to our bread. To this bread dough. And I'm thinking adding a little bit of that garlic, because that's left over now. We can add a little bit to half maybe to our mashed potato. Although this cheese is quite garlicky, but we can add the rest, I think, to the bread dough. You know how much I love experimenting, friends. This kitchen smells divine. This soup is full of protein. Let's check that potatoes. That might be ready now. Yeah, the potato is cooked. I can remove this. So to the potatoes we are going to add this cream cheese and that leftover garlic. And we're going to mash it. Let's see if we need any more liquid. I don't think so. If we do, I put a little bit of whey in. But we are doing really well, friends. Only one more job to do. The cookies. And we're done for today. As soon the sausage on sauerkraut is ready, I'm just gonna put this in for 40 minutes, and this is gonna be part of the sausage and mash. But this mash looking amazing. Smells amazing as well. I don't think so it needs any more liquid. It is creamy and delicious looking as it is. Maybe add a tiny bit. Add a lot. Okay. Make it nice and creamy mash. Oh, looks amazing. So I've just added a couple of pinches of pink Himalayan salt, the bread mixture, put a little bit of olive oil around it, and that can now stay there for about half an hour, and every half an hour to 40 minutes I come back and do a few stretch and folds until we put it to the fridge overnight. So next job, to feed the cats, lock the chickens up, have dinner and make cookies. Okay, so the sausage on sauerkraut now ready, and we're gonna have this for dinner. I've also put the other sausage in, so that will be ready in about 40 minutes. I actually need to put the alarm on. Our soup, it's nearly done, so that's looking really good. After the soup is not done, I'm going to brown the butter for the cookies. I've got all the cookie ingredients ready here. So we've got the chocolate chip, got the vanilla sugar, I've got the brown sugar, corn flour, vanilla extract, baking powder, pinch of salt, farm fresh eggs, and I'm going to use bread flour because I haven't got any all-purpose flour, friends, but that's okay. Okay, dinner is ready, friends. Let's have a taste test of that sausage, sauerkraut, and the mashed potato. Wow, this is so good. Wow. That doesn't need anything on it. It is divine. Okay, that's the alarm going off for the sausage. Let's try the soup. That's nice. I think just need a little bit of salt. Now that is very delicious. Delicious. Very nice. So far so good, friends. Mashed potato, amazing. Sausage and sauerkraut, amazing. Sausage on its own is gonna be amazing. Soup is brilliant. And I'm just started browning that butter now because we're going to make chocolate chip cookie next. And the goat meat, it's now marinated. The bread is doing well. So all good. This is so good. Okay, while I'm still browning the butter to make the cookies, I've already measured out all the ingredients. So let's run you through all of the ingredients, because as soon as this is done, it will need a long time to cool down, because this needs to be cooled down before we add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so I have got mixed chocolate chip cookies I'm going to use today, about 2 cups. I've got 2 eggs. I've got about 1.5 cups of mixed vanilla sugar and light brown and dark brown sugar, so it's a proper mixture. I'm gonna add a little bit of my vanilla extract. I've got 2 tablespoons of bicarbonate of soda and a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. I've also have got a teaspoon of cornstarch and 3 cups of flour. And that's it to make the chocolate chip cookie today. So I am still browning the butter. That takes a long time, but honestly it's worth it. So I'm going to use my ice scoop or cookie scoop today, make smallish balls, and I've got the tray lined with baking or parchment paper, so we're ready to go. I'm not sure if I mentioned I've got 2, oh yeah, I mentioned 2 bags. Yes, so that's it. Okay, the butter, it's now cooled down, so we're ready to make the cookies. So I'm adding the sugar first. I'm going to mix this real well. Make sure it's no clumps. There you go. A touch of vanilla. There you go. And I'm going to add 2 eggs. Mix this real well. Smells divine, this. Next we're going to mix the dry ingredients. So 3 cups of flour, cornstarch, salt and a baking soda. And this is a good mix, and we're going to combine the 2. Okay, so the cookie now been chilling in the fridge. So I'm just using this cookie cutter or ice cream scoop, and I'm just literally going to scoop make about 6. I can make it to a ball to look more even and prettier. 6 is just about right to this size of baking tray. And my agar, it's not ideal. Neither my baking or slow cooking, 130 degrees Celsius, neither my roasting, because that's 230, 250. This would be ideal to cook on about 180 degrees Celsius for about 10-11 minutes. So I'm gonna put this to the higher oven, but I'm only going to put it for about 8 minutes. And see you in a minute. Okay, time is up, so let's have a look at the cookies. Oh, looking good. Only for a few minutes I let these cookies settle before we're gonna have a taste test. Okay, we are done. It is 6:30 in the evening, but we've managed to do everything. So let's have a taste test. Crunchy on the outside, chewy on the inside, sweet but not too sweet. This is divine. Right, I'm gonna take this to Al. Let's see what he thinks. I'm sure he's gonna love it. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today in this marathon cooking day. I really enjoyed it. Tomorrow for dinner, probably going to have the goat chops, marinated chops with chips. And then we're gonna finish off the bread. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful day and see you very soon. Bye, friends.